Hello and welcome, Desert Mountain members, to another edition of the Desert Mountain Podcast. My name is Michael Craven. Today, I am joined by Margaret Stewart. Hello, Margaret.
Hello, Michael.
Ooh, that was a great ode to Kim.
Was that pretty good?
That was really good.
I feel like I studied that all weekend just to make sure I did her proud.
For those of you who are avid watchers of the podcast, you'll remember Margaret was on our wine-centric podcast that we did about 2 months ago now.
Yeah, I was fresh to the mountain. Very fresh. So I was very scared.
But I'm glad the membership gets to see your face because you are behind the Mountain Minutes that go out every week. As well, pretty much all the communication that goes out to them. But now you're in front of the camera. So
I'm so happy to be here and happy you guys get to see more of me as I get to see more of the members every day.
Exactly. Well, we're at Fairways, the Fairways office this week. We've got a couple special guests with us today.
It's Margaret.
No. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm just going to bring him in. One of them has been with us before.
I have.
Wes Pudwill, you're the director of Talent and Culture.
That is correct.
And last time you brought some cookies. I don't see any cookies this time.
You know, I was busy making cookies all weekend. They weren't quite ready to bring in yet.
Okay, fair enough. Maybe by the end of the week we could get a glimpse.
A little taste. That's part of it. Oh.
Good. And you brought a guest with you today, and that is Alicia Garcia, who is the, I don't want to mess up your title, Engagement and Communication Coordinator, also known as the Fun Coordinator?
Yes.
Fair to say?
Yes.
She gave herself that title.
Okay, good to know.
I think the teammates gave me that title, actually.
I think it's a fair representation of what you provide to the teammates here at Desert Mountain.
Thank you, Margaret.
I have to be
appreciate that.
very careful with how I speak today with our head of talent and culture.
If you really knew us, you wouldn't say that.
Well, I mean, this is a great way to have you guys join us because this week is Great Place to Work Week here at Desert Mountain.
It is.
And so with that.
Yeah, I think so many of our team would say this is truly, truly a great place to work. What better, place to celebrate that holiday, if you will. You want to start and let's just get a little bit of your background, especially Alicia. I know, if our members don't know you too well, tell them who you are and where you came from, how you got here.
Oh, I don't have a lot of FaceTime with the members, so that makes sense. But I was born and raised in Colorado. I wanted to talk a little bit about my professional background, but I've only been on this earth for a short 25 years, so I don't have that much.
You're just a baby.
I am. After I graduated from the University of Northern Colorado, I got a job at the JW Marriott in Cherry Creek as their HR coordinator. So it was a little bit different than what I do now. But after that, COVID obviously happened, and then I decided to relocate to Scottsdale, Arizona, which brought me to Desert Mountain. And now I am the fun coordinator.
Very good.
Having fun doing it, I think.
Oh my gosh, so much fun.
You're doing great.
It is such a rewarding job.
And we just had the car wash, which was super fun.
Yes.
Hawaiian luau themed.
Yes. I would be happy to go into details about that
Yeah,
later.
We'll get into it.
We'll get into it. But it is incredible how many events you put on for the staff and how much fun there is to be had around here. So you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Wes, you want to just refresh people just briefly?
Sure.
Fun fact about Wes.
Fun fact. Holy cow. Well, I can go into my background a little bit. So I've been in HR in the Valley for about 20 years now. So I'm a little bit older than Alicia.
A little.
Oh, boy.
My experience has been mostly in hotels and resorts with a short stint in senior living for a while before I came to Desert Mountain. And I've been here for just over a year. I had my 1 year anniversary 2 weeks ago, I think. So
That's so great.
1 year.
You weren't even here for us to celebrate your 1 year.
I wasn't. I was on vacation.
You were on vacation. We never actually followed up with that. We just
did
let
not.
it pass.
Yeah, I was very
He
disappointed.
took note of that.
I did.
Sure.
Yeah. It's
Wrote
on your.
down
It'll
in
be on your review.
Perfect.
I'm glad we're thinking on the same page there. Yeah. Well, that's so great that you're back with us. I know that you've talked cookies.
Yes. So
How long do they dry? How long does it take?
forever. So the cookies themselves, in case you don't know, I do have a little side gig making cookies. Sugar Daddy Cookie Kitchen, in case you want to look it up.
Shout out.
Yeah. They're incredible.
They take a long time. So I do this on the weekends. It does take all weekend and then usually all day, Monday, Tuesday for them to dry before I can package them up to to get out to the clients.
And that's why they're not here right now.
Correct.
That's the
Exactly.
excuse we've heard.
Correct.
Anyway.
Yes, I was up late last night finishing an order, so I will bring some in.
Very
I'm
good.
excited to see them.
So we mentioned already this is Great Place to Work Week. I understand that we here at Desert Mountain received a designation for 2022 Great Place to Work.
We did.
That's awesome.
It is.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you. It's pretty incredible.
How did the club come to receive the nomination for that?
So we decided to partner with Great Place to Work, which is an incredible organization that conducts employee surveys all over the world with different companies. I've worked with them in the past, and they're pretty amazing. They create the Fortune Top 100 Companies to Work For list every year, which hopefully someday we'll be on that list. We're going to do our best.
We'll
Fingers
get there.
crossed. Yeah.
But part of that is to take an employee survey every year. So we just did that for the first time about 2 months ago. And because we scored so well on the survey, because we have such an awesome culture here, because our pay and benefits are so incredible, they gave us the Great Place to Work designation, which is pretty rare actually for the first year that you take the survey.
Wow.
This was our first year to take the survey.
This is our first year to take the survey.
And these are
amazing.
this is staff taking this. So this is our employees
Our
that
people.
are our
Yeah.
people.
Yep.
How cool is that?
It was pretty amazing. We had almost 80% of our staff complete the survey, which is an incredible participation rate.
And considering a lot of those staff members might not have a Desert Mountain email address, that it just comes right into their work email. This is all going to their personal addresses. So
Personal email, yeah.
just to get through it in that regard and it's hundreds of employees.
Yeah.
An 80% turnout is incredible.
It was awesome.
What do we have? It's close to 800 now. Is that
Yeah.
Close to 800, yeah.
pretty incredible?
It
That's
is.
a lot. And talking to other people that are not within this industry or even are in this industry and they don't realize the size of our establishment, that 800 employees, and to have an 80% turnout of that is
People are always
Insane.
shocked when I tell them how many employees we have here.
Even
Nobody
our
realizes
new
it.
hires don't realize how large Desert Mountain is.
Yeah.
And their family members don't realize how large Desert Mountain is too, the ones that work here. So
Yeah.
it was a huge accomplishment.
And just a lot of growth. I think just in the last 10 years or so. I mean, there's an article floating around here somewhere from Phoenix Business Journal, best places to work from probably roughly 10 years ago. And that number was less than half of what it is now, 3 something, I believe. So a lot of growth recently. Awesome.
And there are other, I'm not going to bag on other places that people enjoy working, but I know that some of those lists do incorporate some companies that did have some layoffs during
Sure.
the pandemic, and that is not a situation that our company faced.
Right.
Correct.
And
yeah.
that in itself is worth looking at in that designation, something to
Yeah.
keep track of. And as an employee, knowing that more than likely your job is going to be secure based on
Yeah.
extenuous factors, that's really important when you sign up to work somewhere.
Desert Mountain had to be one of the very top companies in the industry to not even furlough anyone, not lay anyone off, not furlough anyone, not let anyone go. Pretty awesome. We've mentioned it before, but it bears repeating, I believe.
Absolutely.
Yeah. A lot of companies say they care about their teammates, but we definitely do, and we show it.
You proved it. What were some of the highlights of the surveys when you got them back?
So there's a few things. So the survey has 60 statements that our teammates rate us on. One of those statements is, do you consider Desert Mountain a great place to work? And 86% of our teammates rated us high on that statement, which is amazing. So 86% of our staff feel like this truly is a great place to work. When you compare that to other companies, United States-based companies that take this survey, the average score for that question is 59%.
Wow.
59.
59.
It's about
Ours
half,
was-
a little
yeah.
more than half.
And we're using 86.
86%.
Wow.
86.
Yeah.
That's what, 30? It's
a lot.
Quick math.
33%?
None of us are in accounting. here.
30-ish. 27, I think.
59. Oh, wow, Margaret. This is why I'm in communications. I'm a great speller, guys.
Considerably higher. Let's
Yeah.
just say that.
Definitely.
That's where calculators come into effect.
Yeah. There was another statement on the survey that I was really proud of personally, and that was, are you made to feel welcome when you start here? And we scored a 94% on that statement. So 94% of our employees are made to feel welcome when they start working here. And we've worked really hard on improving our orientation and onboarding for our new teammates. And this just proves that we're doing something right.
Yeah.
And I think
Paying off.
we've been through, within the last year, you've been a new hire.
Yep.
I was a new hire in March. And I was blown away with the onboarding process. Coming from news or another industry, generally speaking, the onboarding process is hello, welcome, figure it out.
Right.
And that's very hard to do in any industry. And this is a new industry for me. And coming in and seeing that whole side of it, I mean, you've got one person dedicated to the training of these employees.
We do.
And we're all on the same page, and we may be in different aspects of the company, but we all get the same onboarding.
Right.
And it's totally inclusive, and make sure that you're engaged the whole time. That was a really important thing. So what were some of the big pieces that went into kind of changing that up to make sure that it was a good onboarding process for the teammates?
So there were a few parts to it. We wanted to make sure that on your first day, you're immersed in our culture. So you have a new hire orientation. That's an entire day where you really get to learn about the entire club. You get to meet our senior leaders. You get to learn about our vision, our values, our mission, just so you know exactly what we're all about. And then the second part of that is going to your department and making sure that you get the training that you need to be successful in your department. So it's not just a one day, you come in and then you leave. It continues throughout your first few months here.
And then you go over benefits, which a lot of places you get handed a packet and they're like, see you later, enjoy.
Confusing.
And it becomes very confusing. And something that I received before I stepped foot in this building was an employee packet with all the benefits. And I've even gone back to it several times in the last couple of weeks just to make sure before I started asking questions that the things that I had in front of me, and everything is so detailed. And I think those things kind of help with the culture because just as you say, welcoming is so important.
Yeah, of course.
That having all of that information at your fingertips without having to jump through hoops to get the information to you is super important, especially as a new person that doesn't know anybody and can be intimidated.
Definitely. We have a dedicated person in our office that is in charge of benefits. So she does a brief overview in our new hire orientation class. She creates that packet that we give to everybody, and then she meets with people one-on-one just to make sure that they're really clear on everything that we offer and what their options are.
Yeah.
Just to jump in also and give a shout out to the membership and Mr. Diorio. I can even say when I came in I think I've been here about 5 years, and I came in, obviously as a contractor, and everybody made me feel super welcome. And I didn't obviously have the insurance and the paperwork and the handbook and that type of stuff, but couldn't believe how welcome everyone made me feel. And a lot of that is, I think, Mr. Diorio's leadership and our awesome membership that we have here. And so I think it all works together. It's like your team is doing an amazing job of making everyone feel welcome as they onboard. But then there's also this great atmosphere that they get to work in.
Yeah, Mr. Diorio is truly a servant leader, and that's the leadership style that he teaches and wants in the entire mountain throughout our leadership team, and it really does trickle down from him. So we all kind of follow his lead, and it shows in our culture.
So clearly, amazing place to work.
Yeah.
Are there job openings right now? I know our retention is high, but
It is high.
Are there any job openings, and what are they, if so?
Well, today I'm going to open up a fun coordinator position.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Surprise.
Oh, is it a surprise? He's been trying to get rid of me for a while.
He doesn't mean it.
No, of course not. No, we have a lot of the same issues that other companies in our industry are having right now with this crazy labor market we're in. We are always looking for greenskeepers, culinary, housekeepers, those types of positions.
Very good.
I know agronomy is a word that not a lot of people know outside of the
Right.
golf industry.
A lot of golf courses call it golf maintenance. So, it's the people that are out there doing all the labor in the heat and in the cold, and they're outside all day long. So it's a difficult position.
It is a difficult position, but don't you want to work at a place that really recognizes that?
Absolutely.
Well,
I feel
and
like that's a good spot to start.
and if you can just talk a little bit about some of the advantages in terms of financial compensation. We already mentioned the insurance, that type of thing. Can you talk a little bit about that and how competitive that is?
Sure. So especially in this labor market, it's important that we are on top of pay and benefits. We're conducting regular surveys right now, pretty much monthly, just to make sure that we are paying more than everybody. Our benefits are better than everybody. We're constantly looking at new benefits that we can offer. One of the most exciting things that we have here, in my opinion, is our on-site medical clinic. So that's free for every employee and their family. I've never worked any place that offers a free clinic, and it's a pretty incredible benefit. And we're actually expanding it later this year. We'll be working with Honor Health to open up a new clinic, and it'll be bigger and better than it ever has been before. We also offer education assistance. So we have a scholarship program, tuition reimbursement, free meals for our teammates. We just started offering paid parental leave, so for men and women. So that's a new benefit for this year. And then we're looking at a few new things for next year as well.
Pretty great.
I think looking at expanding those benefits is also something you want to hear from your employer, right? That it's not just here's what everybody else is doing and this is what we're going to do too. It's taking initiative to like different initiatives that are in place right now for employees, seeing those things, seeing how your teammates are handling different pressures of society and then adapting to that is really impressive. What are some of the initiatives that we have going on for our employees right now?
That one is really exciting, actually, that I wanted to share because Mr. DiOrio just recently, actually last week at like a town hall meeting, announced that we are doing gas cards every single month from starting in July until December for our teammates, because that, for obvious reasons, I mean, gas prices are just nothing like I've ever seen, like I said, in my short 25 years of life. And
we are far away from where most people live. The average commute here is 27 miles each way. Yeah. So we use a lot of gas driving to and from work.
And then in addition to the gas cards, we're doing a monetary bonus over the next 2 quarters for all of our teammates as well.
Right. So July and October, every teammate will receive a bonus from the company.
This is kind of an expansion on, we had the gas program where we were giving like a tank of gas to staff here on property. And now this is even taking it a step further and just going gas cards.
Yep, absolutely.
Every single month.
And it's really, I mean, again, as a new employee, I went rafting last week with some of our members. So shout out to them. I had the best time with our outdoor adventures team.
We got some good content that day, and that's going to be coming up soon.
That's next week.
Yeah. We're going to be releasing that content. Stay tuned. Yeah. Anyway, side note.
But it was just, I had come back from this beautiful day rafting with some really fantastic members, feeling really great. And I wasn't able to go to that town hall meeting because of Mountain Minute. And I get this email and I said to Patrick McKenzie, it's great when you think that you can't get any better and then you get an email like this. And maybe $100 here or there, it doesn't sound like a lot, but when that's one less thing you have to worry about, it makes things so much better.
Well, especially when it's $100 to fill your tank. $100 is going a long way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I don't know about, nobody knows really, but I don't see the gas prices really coming down too much yet. So the fact we can still continue to help the staff out is phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, they're basically going to get a free tank every month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So we know that I work on the Mountain Minute, which is our communications with our members. But there's also what's called the Mountain Top, which is communication between teammates. And that's where Alicia comes in. So
that's probably one of my favorite part of my jobs is creating the Mountain Top for our teammates, because it allows us to share so many different things that are going on the mountain specifically to keep our teammates informed, and then also to celebrate them in their professional and personal lives. So just to give a little bit more detail about that, for example, we put promotion and advancement opportunities in the mountaintop. And then if leadership has, some important information that they need to get out, we can include that as well. We also put reminders about benefits if it's that time of year. So like I said, a lot of important information. And then also we can put personalized stories from our members. Actually, they can send in raving fans to Mr. DiOrio or to our managers, and I make sure to include those. Cool. And then we also can do recognition stories. If I gave you a recognition story, we can put it in there. And then we do thank you cards that go in there. A lot of the stuff that we do actually in the Mountaintop is attached to a raffle as well. So if you get recognized and your photo is in there, we always ask people to come in and pick up a raffle. And it's kind of another way to say, hey, we recognize that you're doing a really good job and you're going above and beyond in these moments. So thank you for doing that. And then for personal, we have some people that do community service outside of Desert Mountain. And if they want to kind of advertise that or let us know that this happened, or there's been times where a manager has actually told me, hey, my teammate did this and I want to recognize them because it's great that they're helping out our community. I will put that into the mountaintop as well.
You know, we have had the Mountain Minute for a while, and now we have forayed into the podcast. Maybe you should have a podcast too.
I have thought about that, and I think it would be a lot of fun.
Do you see the look of fear on my face right now?
Goodness. Did you hear screaming very loudly inside
seriously,
your head?
I think I did.
I think that it would be a lot of fun, but
yeah, I think that resonates a lot of what you said with our membership, because, you know, our communications team does such a great job communicating so many different things to our members, from, you know, events that are coming up to, you know, you name it. And it's kind of the same idea back to the staff, so they can also be as informed and in the know.
They look forward to the mountaintop. It only goes out every 2 weeks. We are not on as a tight schedule as Margaret is.
You don't want to pick that up a little bit? Join me on this schedule.
If we keep growing, I wouldn't be surprised if we did.
Yeah.
Communicating here to our teammates is a really big job, though, and Alicia does an outstanding job doing it. We have such a diverse group of 800 teammates here. Different age groups, different ethnicities, different languages. So we have to communicate everything
in every way
possible. Paper, email, text, bulletin boards. So it's a big job.
Yeah. I actually think the texting communication is very cool.
I agree.
Because you learn about that in the onboarding, and just saying, oh, you know, if we need a document from you, you can actually just text it to us and we'll take care of it.
Yep.
And that is just such an impressive thing in the communication aspects of being able to utilize anything that is going to work for that particular teammate.
Yep. We have one text number for our department that we can all see. So anything you need, you can just text us and one of us will get it and respond.
I saved it in my phone.
Oh, good.
It says DMC, Talent and Culture. And then signed, like one time I texted Patty, and Patty texted me back and signed it Patty. And it's like, oh, hi, Patty.
We do. We try to tell our teammates who's talking to them. It's a little bit easier, but I love our texting software. It has helped so much. I always tell people in new hire orientation, I'm like, don't block me yet. I promise. Like, I'm kind of the gatekeeper for our texting. And so I try to let them know, you know, the information that we're sending out in text message is going to be useful. Like, you want to know what's going on the mountain. So nobody's blocked me yet or opted out of the text messages.
Oh, that's good.
So that was happening a lot, actually. They had, how long do you think we've had that text messaging software?
It was in place before I started here.
Me too. And I know that
a couple years.
A lot of teammates were opting out of it just because there was, you know, they couldn't regulate it as well without my position. And so now that it's here, everybody's like, okay, what she's going to send us is probably going to have a cute picture attached to it, and it's going to have good information.
There's a fine line with communicating as far as what is enough information and what is too much information. And so finding that is incredible. Yeah. And I think you guys are doing a great job with that.
Yeah.
Well, now that I know Alicia is the gatekeeper, I'm going to get a hold of that number and I'm going to start prank texting probably every day. No, I'm not really going to do that.
I will say we have gotten some random texts from teammates.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Random pictures, random messages.
Oh, no.
I won't give any examples, but they do exist.
It is funny, though, when we get like a bunch of emojis sent to our computers and then someone will text back, sorry, that's my kid. We're like, oh, okay,
there you go.
No big deal.
Blame the children. That's always the first way to go.
Let's talk about, you know, one of the things that my team gets asked to do is go cover certain events, and the vast majority of those events are member events. But every now and again, I'll get asked to go cover a staff event, and there are quite a few of them, and they're a lot of fun. Can you take us through like what some of the things you do are over the course of the year? I know you mentioned earlier we just had a car wash recently, which was super fun, but there's a lot that you do. Can you take us through that?
Of course. There is a ton of recognition events that we do. And obviously during, it depends on the time of the season if we can gather all of our teammates together at one time. But our two biggest events of the year are our car wash event and then our Teammate Fall Festival. So we just had our car wash event, and that entails all of our managers picking a time and coming down to Renegade Maintenance, and they wash all of our teammates' cars. So I think there was like 300 teammates that came through to wash their cars, and then some who just came to enjoy lunch and to hang out with us. But this year it was Hawaiian themed, and the managers did such a good job of dressing up in theme and coming to support. And some of them stayed, for longer than 2 hours just to wash cars. And there was music playing, and there was raffle, and there was the Kona ice truck that we had, and it was so much fun. And it really is an opportunity for us just kind of to come together and to hang out and for us to show hospitality to our teammates because, you know, they're so busy doing it around the mountain. It's so nice when they get to come and just hang out and have food with us and have a raffle, because who doesn't want to win a TV every now and then?
I personally washed Margaret's car. How did I do?
I think I did your car too.
You did. No, you didn't.
No, you weren't
You were on the
there.
other side. I had to get out of your line.
Oh.
So Marianne, who's on our team as well, she does all of our graphics here on the mountain. She and Wes and a few others in HR, and I believe Woody and Todd Bone actually were.
Yeah,
I have a sharp
an all-star.
memory.
I didn't even remember.
An all-star lineup.
An all-star
for
lineup,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah. I was also trying to take video from inside the car so that to use for the Friday Jam.
Yeah.
And the car looked great. And I'm not just saying that because Wes is in this room with us, but I actually went to go park and it was so busy. Everyone was there. It was a party that I wasn't able to. So I came back to Fairways and I got out of my car. Like, they did a fantastic job, better than professional car washing. So,
and it probably still looks good because it hasn't been raining too
Not
much.
at all.
So,
except just the day that they washed.
Yeah, it may have
my
sprinkled
car.
that afternoon. So
afternoon.
we're not going to talk about that here.
But you also got some air fresheners,
Yes.
many flavors.
Classic tree air fresheners.
Yeah, the classic tree, which I actually just opened it the other day. It's
iconic.
Those
The
things
new
are
car
strong.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They are really strong.
Yeah. Have you ever been in an Uber where they have two of them?
Oh,
no.
You're like,
the worst.
bring it down. Bring it down.
What is
Just
that
need
driver
one.
trying to cover up? That's
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
real question.
You know,
Exactly.
probably more than I need to know about. And I'm fine with that. But, well, in addition to the car wash, there are also peak performer events.
Yes. So our Peak Performer happens every single month. And what Peak Performer is Employee of the Month. And then we also do Heart-Led Leader, which is Manager of the Month. So about 5 to 7 teammates will win Peak Performer because we have 7 core values and we give them core value distinction awards based off of the nominations that I receive. And then we give a plaque to our Managers of the Month. And my Kudos crew, shout out to my Kudos crew. I love them. For those, obviously, that don't know, my Kudos crew helps me plan some of these events. They are my ears and my eyes and my, assistants around the mountain, that if there's a teammate from CG that's on the golf team and they don't know what's going on around the mountain or they haven't heard, they can go to a Kudos crew member and say, hey, I heard that Talent and Culture is planning this event. Do you know any details? And the Kudos crew member will be able to say, yes, here's the time, here's the place, and all that fun stuff. So my Kudos crew helps me pick some of the winners for the Peak Performer once we get the nominations. And then we take an entire lunch to celebrate them and to hear the stories that their managers have to share. And it's a really fun time. I love Peak Performer.
Didn't you have a recognition at then you have Mountain Milestone?
Mm-hmm. Yes, our Mountain Milestone is all of our tenured teammates. So there was actually somebody here who works in Fairways who has been here for 35 years, and that is as long as Desert Mountain has been open. So that was a fun one. We do everybody that is 10 years and up. We invite them to an entire day of celebrations and stories and gifts. And then this year was Vegas themed, so we got to play a couple casino games, and that was a lot of fun as well.
Who is a 35-year employee, just in case anybody's curious?
It's Debbie Delcourt.
Yeah. She's right next to me. I'm hoping, the newest person not the newest, but one of the newest people on the mountain versus one of the most tenured.
Well, shout out Debbie.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it rubs off. And
yeah, maybe you'll be here 35.
35 years is a long place to stay, a long time to stay in one place.
It is. Imagine what she's seen over 35 years.
But I think that's the perfect testament to bring it back. I mean, this being a great place to work. All the stuff that you just talked about, plus I was even going to throw in like that fall festival.
Yes.
Super fun.
Oh my gosh. I know that we knew that we wanted to make the teammate car wash and the fall festival bigger and better this year.
Yeah.
The fall festival doesn't happen until September, but that's going to come by in a blink of an eye.
Yes,
So
it will.
I'm excited to make that one bigger and better. Last year, we were able to get food trucks and a dessert truck. I got an entire cleaning crew to come so that nobody from our Mountain had to do a single thing, not set up, not clean up, not cook or anything like that. So that was a fun one. We had carnival games. Everyone loved the carnival games. We also had, I know the members are really fond of Poncho.
Yeah.
He's the beer burro. Yeah. He was our star guest of the fall festival, and he came and everyone was able to feed him carrots and stuff like that. But again, it's just a time that we can gather and celebrate and
just have fun together.
Yeah, a lot of smiling faces. Nobody left that thing not having had a good time. So looking forward to the next one.
And I mean, in addition to the bigger events that we do, I know Wes and I have had conversations, and Mr. DiOrio, that it's important that we do more than just these big recognition events. And so we this year have done smaller recognition events for our teammates. So every single month, I think it started in February because there was a little bit of a lag in January because of COVID, but we've been going to every individual clubhouse and their adjoining maintenance facility to kind of show them personalized and individualized recognition for them. So that's been a lot of fun as well.
I know that Fairways has had a couple of fun moments.
Oh, yeah. Our bowling.
There was a bowling.
Bowling was so fun.
Mr. DiOrio put that one on.
He did.
I would like to make sure that people know that the marketing team won the bowling event.
I disagree.
I don't know. The numbers don't lie unless you're me and you can't count. And I am on the marketing team.
I'm surprised you didn't bring the trophy to show off.
I know.
I don't have possession of the trophy, but I'll bring it by your office later.
I've loved the trophies that we've been getting. So we did a trophy for bowling, and then we had a salsa contest up at Outlaw. That was one of the smaller recognitions that we did. I think that's going to be bigger next year because they had so much fun with it. I bought a cute little trophy that was a jalapeno. It was so cute, and we gave that to the winner.
Oh, I need to see this.
The salsa contest. It was fun. And then we did at Glow Golf last year, we did a pumpkin decorating contest that our members actually were able to vote on over a course of 2 nights. And so we had 3 winners. It was most creative, spookiest, and funniest
I
pumpkin.
believe marketing might have won that
Yes,
one.
they did.
Cheaters.
I know. We should disqualify them.
They are
because
disqualified
they have
from
Marianne,
everything.
our graphic designer of the mountain.
Well,
Of course. That's not really fair.
as I told Marianne when I joined this team, I don't join losing teams. And then here came that bowling event, and we showed it, right? But also in a completely different fashion. Cinco de Mayo, that was one of my favorites. And Earth Day even. Just coming around and, I have the little container to grow some flowers for Earth Day. Cinco de Mayo, love Mexican candy. So I was so excited just to get some little Mexican candies, and it's just these small things that make you feel happy to be here.
Absolutely.
You reminded me of a joke. You want to hear a joke?
I hear a lot of jokes in television culture, and they're not that good.
Okay.
If I'm being honest.
Hey.
All right, now hopefully,
Remember that position we have open?
I just added it.
Hopefully you haven't heard this one. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What does a nosy pepper do?
Oh, I know.
I think I know.
You're the only one who doesn't know?
Gets jalapeno
business.
Oh, that's a good one.
So
That was
silly.
awful. That was
That was
awful.
really bad. Sorry
It was
about
so
that.
bad it was good. And that's what it's all about, right?
I will make sure not to put that into the mountaintop because
Okay.
we do jokes of the week
Oh,
in the mountaintop, and
that didn't make the cut.
No, it definitely didn't.
Rats. Well,
Well,
keep my day job, I guess.
maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Well, I think that about does it.
Yeah.
I mean, I really appreciate you two stopping by and giving us some insight into what makes Desert Mountain such a great place to work. I think a lot of people know that it is, but it's cool to delve in and really see behind the scenes what you guys are doing to make it such a great place and keep everybody so happy. So thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for having us. We appreciate it. Next time, can I be invited to the wine?
Yeah, where was that invitation?
What?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
There's one.
I thought you might have got lost in the mail. I'm not sure.
Must have.
Whoopsies.
One thing we do need to do before we go is send it back to the studio quickly. We've got to recognize our great golfers this week.
Oh, yeah.
I was out at the 4th of July tournament.
Red, white, and blue?
Red, white, and blue day. Don't think we had any that day, but I do think we had a couple great shots this week.
We've had several.
Okay, so let's recognize those golfers, and we'll be right back.
Okay, thank you very much, Mike and Margaret. Great to see you back on the podcast. We have 3 great shots around the mountain this week, all of them eagles. First up, we have Dave Mortensen on Friday, July 1st. He finished his round on number 18 Apache with an eagle. Dennis Engine, Friday, July 1st, an eagle on number 17 Chiricahua. And Mike Newman, Saturday, July 2nd, an eagle on number 15 Geronimo. Keep the great shots coming, members, and we look forward to seeing more of them next week. Mike, Margaret, back to you guys.
Okay, thank you very much. A lot of good. They keep coming in. They just keep coming in.
Yeah, it was a good weekend for it too.
Great shots. Yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up. I guess just last note to our membership. I think we talked. You do get positive feedback a lot, right? We do get positive feedback about a lot of our team members. If a member wanted to do that, what would be the best way to go about that, or do we encourage that?
Most recently, I've gotten emails from managers directly when the members take the opportunity to share with the managers that their teammate did something above and beyond. But also the member feedback survey has been really, really useful in getting some of those raving fan stories that I can include in the mountaintop. So, keep sending those in because we love, 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 love seeing them, and I love adding them into the mountaintop.
And I'm sure the team member loves getting that recognition back too.
Absolutely. They come in and because they get a gift card if they get recognized in the mountaintop, and they come in and their faces are really bright. And then we get to also ask more details about what happened, and they love sharing the stories. And, with name recognition, they are so easy to just rattle off names of our members and be able to tell us, the story from top to bottom and everything that happened and how much fun they had. So
awesome.
I think that's great.
Yep.
I hope to hear more good feedback from our members about some of their favorite teammates.
Happy teammates make happy members.
They certainly do.
100%. But we've come full circle, folks. Well, thank you so much again for joining us. Thank you, Margaret, for joining me today and hosting.
Thanks for letting me come play.
I had a blast.
Me too.
I hope our listeners did as well. And until next week, we will see you around the mountain.